It's the show planner for the ultimate presentation, and I'm going to go and talk a little bit about some resource toolkits and what it is that you can do to look at a creative resource list. As we get into your own resource list, I'd say the first thing that is something that I love, which is a phrase that we used to use in television, which is called an interstitial. So we'd go to an interstitial. Now, some interstitial is kind of a break or a little segue into something. And if you remember the early days of many commercials during commercial breaks, you even had to start breaking up commercial breaks because they just got too monotonous. Viewers would tune out. If there were 8 or 9, 10 commercials back to back in a break because it was a popular show, people actually stopped watching the commercials too, let alone the show. So what did television do? You'll remember in the early days we had Linear, who was fantastic. Is he a little bit loud? Linear was just a fabulous way to get... I'll get distracted, I love him so much. This I actually found in Creative Commons, so it's a piece. Just cut me out. Thank you. It was actually a piece that I found online, and of course you want to start thinking about rights issues and not using necessarily interstitials that are copyright protected, but you do want to work with something that you can have either on your laptop or even just play in as a video. And these are some that I've shown before as well, which is energizers or brain teasers, a tongue twister. So if this were abandon hope, what would this be? And you let your audience take over for a moment. Think about how easy this was. This is back in 5 minutes. See if you can think of this one while I tell you that this is the simplest animation to put together on your PowerPoint and it runs smoothly. That was one life to live, okay? So sometimes you want to go and look at some cool quotes or something that can scene set the next segment or so. And again, this is something that is a really cool segue into a new piece. Another thing that you could actually do on your computer on your own. There are very amazing templates available. I'm going to share some information with you of where to find it. But look at this as a quote. It's really a cool idea to just throw in something that runs and runs out as I cut to it, as an idea to move into a new direction and jolt your audience with a visual that sits a little bit left of center. There's also something that you could do is to cut to a word from your sponsor.
Community is at the core of our spaces, and even through these unprecedented times, this has remained unchanged.
As you know, we come to you live from WeWork, and so you may even have a sponsor message or a message that you'd like to run in at some stage to just let somebody see something different, get the message from a different angle. And something else that I've been using that I absolutely love is to use a little breather while you let the audience go a little bit. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole one. I promise I'll be back in only 20 seconds, but you soon see the idea of how powerful it can be just to have a moment's worth of break. Now I want to go and give you that creative resource list I was talking about. And the first thing that I want to tell you is that those lovely visuals that you saw are literally something that I put together in probably 20 minutes or so just to cut, found online, and it belongs to a brand called Storyblocks. Now, this is the only one on my list that is a paid for one, but the rest of them are actually all free. Storyblocks is something you can subscribe to where you can find tons of the most incredible visuals, and usually if you see video material on any of my presentations, then it would be from Storyblocks. There's also Audio Blocks, which provides all the music that I use. It's a flat out license fee. I think it's something like $12 a month, and you can download as much as you like, which is really wonderful and very handy, because you're always going to need visuals if you're busy working on presentations. So be sure to shout out if you need some help with it. It's really simple to edit them together. There are very basic edit tools that you could use. And in some instances, the shots actually hold for a good 30 seconds. So all you need to go and do is place it in PowerPoint and put your visual over and you are done. Other really nice ones are pngtree.com, which is where I get a lot of PNGs. Those are backgrounds that are transparent on visuals. So you may get a really beautiful image of a flower or a remote control or whatever it is that you need. And the background to it is completely clean, transparent, so you can place it over your background. Important note, this is how you brand your stuff and you keep it true to your own CI and to what it is that you do online. Then there's Pixels. Pixels is a fabulous free resource. If you use any photographs, all you need to do is say thank you. Photoject, which is another one. Pictochart is a site which helps you to create really beautiful imagery if you want to do infographics. So there are fabulous templates, and even if you're having problems with templates and colors in your own CI, I would suggest to use something like that, because there are some really great ideas by great designers. And I'm also going to say somebody who's online is Petrie Smith, who's a wonderful designer and creative director friend of mine who sits in the UK, and I'm sure he can help you. So be sure to send a message his way as well. And the last one is really templates. So if you go on template.net, there are tons of templates for leaflets, for forms, for any kind of design work that is basic. If you need to get a hand on it, go to somebody professional and get some help. It's reasonable, and a lot of people are out there helping speakers and presenters to get their work together. Don't go away. We're back with more right after this.